I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like episode 1. I'm planning on watching it, but I'm just gonna post it anyways because I put too much effort into it. So short term, just by looking at this chart, we have S&T with YM. I am short term bullish. I don't think it'll be sustained. I'm really confident we're inside of a higher time frame sell model. I'm gonna be looking for longs up until at least 0.5 of the range just to capture my piece of the pie. I'm going to be utilizing this range. I'm going to be targeting the complete fill of this 15-minute gap. See if opening range gap agrees with that. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, I'm going to long the first presented gap. If it's bullish, I'm going to long the first presented gap, 1 and Q, up until 0.5 of the range. So here we have the first presented gap right here. Paired up with this order block, we long the first presented gap to opening range gap EQ, exactly as what I wrote down here, what I wanted to see, and we're about to hit full take profit. I'm already out of my position though, so. Alright, that's it for me for the day. I'm feeling sick again. I'm gonna go hit the hay. Range, run up this high, beautiful rejection off of it. You can't even see it. Beautiful rejection off of it. And that's really it. So I want to thank everyone for watching the last video and giving me a lot of support on it. So, quick change of plans. We're going to hit Raising Cane's and get the Caniac combo. Midway through the drive, I realized I want that more than Chipotle, so we're going to go after that. Alright, it's a little darker now, but right here. I've been trading Solana recently, or just long-term dollar cost averaging into it. Anything under 70 is more fair game for me. Okay, so as much as I don't believe in cryptocurrency technical analysis, I'm gonna just take a look at it because I feel like I want to have a better idea of what I'm looking at, likely just the monthly. I'm going to try to break down this trade I took today in less than 3 minutes. So overall, higher time frame sell model, you could see we're obviously distributing lower, bang, retrace, lower. Same thing here, I would want to see us retrace and then lower. What I was utilizing and what I said was the first presented gap. So what I did here was I utilized my knowledge of regular trading hours to figure out where the opening range would be. So this range is unbalanced. We have external SMT at this low. So what I would be looking for is just for price to rebalance higher and then go lower. I want to be able to catch the quick manipulation into 0.5. Right here, that line I marked out, we're going to look for wherever we open up, we're going to look for the midpoint of that. So if we open down here, we're going to look long up to here. And you'll see I have an indicator that shows the first presented gap, and I was ready. Now, I don't want to enter just off of the first presented gap because there is no breakaway gap lower. If we had a breakaway gap lower, then I would try to IOFED off of the gap itself with my stop at that secondary gap. But since we didn't have that, I would want to see, or I'm trying to anticipate confirmation, which would come off of this breaker right here or this order block / CISD. So these two here aligned with the first presented gap, we're going to be looking for this long. Now, what I have strictly, I risk $250 per trade, 25-point stop with 5 MNQ off this first presented gap right here to the opening range gap EQ. Come lower, fill, targeting opening range gap EQ, and stop right here. Very simple trade. I just got out when we ran up this premium high. Oh, shit. I'm gonna get a smoothie from this place because I'm completely deplenished on vitamins. I'm gonna get the sunrise sunset. All right, on to the next section. Let's see what we're gonna be doing today. All right, I'm gonna go hit Chipotle, come back, start editing up this video so it can be perfect. I think I have a pretty new style. This is where I develop like the thing you saw at the intro. Hopefully that'll be pretty good. It's starting to feel like a 2021 summer, and a 2021 summer was like freshman year for me. I was trading, I was making good money through my trading, so I'm one day away from a payout. All I need to do is have one winning day this week, and I will request a payout. Also, in 2021, I was boxing, running to the boxing gym, making it to my boxing gym every single day just to train and spar. Best time of my life. Good weather, and my whole day was just eating Chipotle, boxing, trading, going to school, and that was it. So it feels like that right now. Beautiful weather. I'm trying to think of another good story to tell you guys, similar to last video, but I don't really think there's anything I know that's outside the statute of limitations that would be safe for me to tell. So we could talk about this one time when I was 15 years old. I couldn't even drive. I didn't have my car. Where I ended up boxing this one big dude, and I'll put the clip of that because I still have it in here. But I was a 15-year-old. I was posting TikToks almost every single day, and these TikToks were just clips of me boxing for my clothing brand. I had a clothing brand back then called Strive, and I'm gonna pop in and show you guys what the video looked like here. I want to break this bag before I leave. I'm going to start up with a little bit of a warm-up and then proper form stuff so you guys stop complaining. And then in the comments, there was this one guy, never once seen him, but apparently he lived in Minnesota, and he wanted to box me, saying I needed a real opponent. And I think I have some screenshots of this guy saying this. I can look through the comments of the video to show you right here. And with this guy saying this so many times, I think one of my friends, I don't really have all the details on what happened, but I'm going to the gym. I have my permit. My mom's in the car because when you're 15, you can't drive with a permit. I'm driving my old Dodge Charger. I used to have an older Dodge Charger all the way to the gym. I get there. Of course, I have my boxing gloves. I have all my gear. And this pretty big guy, I think 6'1", 220-pound guy, Muay Thai fighter, said he wanted to fight me. And I'm like, all right. I get huddled into this room with all of my friends, a lot of my friends from middle school to freshman to sophomore, in between that age group. And there's this one adult guy, and this guy has like a Mercedes. I think it's a C63 or something with a sleeve and everything. I decided just to run it. I barely had any boxing experience at that time. So here's a clip of me boxing this dude. Dude.
This is like the boxing. I fucking love this dude. Oh. Look.
And all of this boxing happened within the YMCA fitness room. It's like this little yoga room that we always used to fight in. We were such close friends with the janitor that he always let us in there to box. He always let us into these yoga rooms that were locked, and we boxed in there. Me and a bunch of other kids our age, we just boxed every single day in those rooms, and it was so fun. We got a lot of experience. We became hooligans in every aspect. Alright, another story apart from the boxing. With how often we went to Texas in our childhood, we had this friend named Jace. Now, if you guys know my brother Kronos and Jace, we traveled together a lot, and then we had another friend from our gym. We decided to go to Texas, hit the gym together. It was just pretty calm spring break vacation. So this is spring break, sophomore year, let's say. We were all gym rats, dry scooping pre-workout. I threw up like 5 times dry scooping pre-workout because I just kept dry scooping it, and it was so hot, like, I don't know what happened, but I just vomited all over the street on my way to the gym, and it was ridiculous. With that in mind though, Kronos and Jace, throughout our whole childhood, they made these abominations. If you guys remember what jelly fruits are, I can insert like what they were. There was like this TikTok trend a while ago. My brother and Jace were making these jelly fruits with raw eggs, chocolate syrup, mustard, ketchup, just the most devious abominations you can think of, and putting it in like these Ziploc bags, and then just putting it in their mouths and popping it open and just drinking that stuff. It was disgusting. Now, we have this method within our gym group that a lot of people know about. If you guys know me personally in real life, you definitely have heard about this inside of the sauna talks. Now, these potions were something that Kronos and Jace have been making prior to the gym almost their entire gym career. They had a blender, and they just mix it up with creatine, raw chicken, pancakes, pre-workout, chocolate syrup, whatever they can find, they mix it up. And they've been doing that, eating these raw eggs and stuff, drinking these abominations of milkshakes or whatever they're making. Shake, Ronnie.
A pancake.
A pancake.
Egg
Protein
white.
pancake. Egg.
Milk.
Chicken. 4 scoops of whey.
And going to the gym, and I think that's what gave them a lot of gains. But one time in Texas, it crossed the line, and basically what they ended up mixing it in with: a whole Whataburger burger, a double cheeseburger, some pancakes, raw chicken, raw eggs, a whole tub of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, chocolate syrup, 3 raw eggs. And Jace drank this whole thing, and a few seconds later, like not even a minute later, he just says, "Oh, S word, bro, I'm gonna throw up." And he goes running to the bathroom. And we are astonished by this. Like, I don't know what we were expecting, mixing all of this weird material into a blender and blending it up and drinking it. But we thought Jace was gonna turn into the Hulk.
Stop.
Go. Let it out. Let it rip. Let her out, just.
Anyways, I'm trying to get better at storytelling. I feel like storytelling is a very important skill for anyone to have. If you guys like the stories, if you want me to keep it up, just let me know and I'll tell more, give some videos, break it down, etc. Alright, we got the Chipotle. We'll be home soon. When I get home, I'm just gonna edit the whole time. Just bust through everything because I have a lot of clips, a lot of editing that will go into this video. If you guys really like this style of video, let me know. I got you.